In recent years, advancements in blood substitutes have led to the development of artificial blood, a groundbreaking innovation poised to revolutionize transfusion medicine and trauma care. Hello and welcome to our show. Today, we're diving into an exclusive report covering the artificial blood market, focusing on the Japan market entry strategy for 2025 to 2030. With Japan's unique challenges of an aging population, frequent natural disasters, and a declining donor base, the nation stands as a prime candidate for early adoption of this transformative technology. As the global artificial blood market surges past $9 billion by 2033, companies that successfully navigate early access and clinical adoption in Japan are strategically positioned for both long-term impact and substantial value creation. Our report is divided into three sections: value proposition, market landscape and top contenders, and strategic valuation. Section 1. Value proposition. Artificial blood offers several compelling advantages over conventional blood products, including universal compatibility, eliminating the need for blood typing and cross-matching, which expedites treatment, particularly in emergency settings. Extended shelf life, offering improved storage stability and logistics, crucial during natural disasters or in remote areas. Low infection risk as it is synthetically manufactured, thereby reducing the risk of transmitting bloodborne diseases. And enhanced supply chain resilience, providing a supplementary or even replacement source of blood in nations facing demographic decline and dwindling supplies. Section 2. Market landscape and evolution. This section explores the key factors driving the growth and evolution of the artificial blood market, categorized into technology push and market pull. Technology push. Advancements in three primary areas have significantly improved artificial blood stability, oxygen delivery efficiency, and biocompatibility. Synthetic hemoglobin includes Hemin and Hempex. Recombinant oxygen carriers like those produced by Ambrx and Mitsubishi Tanabe. And nanoparticle-based systems such as those developed by Color Ruby and Therox. Notably, investment from defense, biotech, and translational medicine sectors has accelerated the path from lab to clinical readiness. Market pull. The global increase in trauma cases, surgical demand, and aging populations has created urgency for a scalable and universally usable blood substitute. This is exemplified by the growing number of clinical trials for artificial blood products and the increasing collaboration between startups and established players. In Japan specifically, donor recruitment challenges and the growing healthcare burden from natural disasters make artificial blood particularly attractive. For national readiness and healthcare continuity, Japan has the world's oldest population and faces a shortage of both donors and hospital beds, exacerbated by an insufficient number of medical professionals. Moreover, natural disasters like earthquakes, tsunamis, and typhoons regularly strain its healthcare system, creating a constant need for blood and medical resources. Top contenders and strategic valuation. We analyze three leading companies poised to drive the artificial blood market. HbO2 Therapeutics. Hemipure. Based on bovine hemoglobin, Hemipure is indicated for emergency medicine and trauma surgery. Its large oxygen carrying capacity and rapid administration make it suitable for acute conditions. Hemipure is projected to reach a valuation of $500 million to $700 million, driven by adoption in trauma centers and military medicine. Hemarina, marine hemoglobin derived from the marine worm 𝗕𝗥𝗢𝗢𝗓. M101 has shown promise in organ preservation and hypoxia-related therapies. While its commercial prospects appear promising, they remain somewhat uncertain with projected valuation of $250 million to $400 million. The company's potential for strong niche application and global partnerships drives its value. NuvOx Pharma Nano2, a perfluorocarbon-based oxygen therapeutic. NaNO2 is being explored for oncology, stroke, and critical care oxygenation. Success in late-stage clinical trials could propel NuvOx to a valuation of $300 million to $500 million. Japan market access strategy. The most probable approach for artificial blood companies seeking market access in Japan is to utilize the Sakigake designation system, Japan's fast-track pathway for innovative and life-saving therapies. This designation will expedite regulatory review by the Pharmaceutical and Medical Devices Agency, PMDA, recognizing the critical unmet need for blood substitutes in emergency and disaster medicine. Leveraging the PMDA's conditional early approval framework, companies can gain access to the Japanese market before complete clinical data submission while committing to generate local data post-approval. Additionally, exploring orphan drug designation for rare critical care conditions could offer further incentives and support. For successful commercialization in Japan, strategic partnerships with established Japanese medical companies are crucial. Collaborating with companies like Terumo or Otsuka for in-country compliance, distribution, and trust building with healthcare providers is recommended. Running pilot programs with the Japan Self-Defense Forces, regional trauma centers, and disaster response hospitals can generate clinical data, build early testimonials, and demonstrate value in emergency scenarios. Initiating rollout through university hospitals and tertiary trauma centers, followed by expansion to national hospital systems, is a viable approach. Demonstrating impact on reduced IQ time, fewer complications, and higher treatment speed aligns with Japan's Health Technology Assessment (HTA) framework, building the case for reimbursement, and pricing. Artificial blood presents a compelling economic value proposition compared to traditional transfusions, considering its longer shelf life, simplified logistics, and reduced patient adverse events. When factoring in the cost of transfusions, which often involves multiple units, cross-matching, storage, and disposal, artificial blood emerges as a cost-effective alternative. Moreover, demonstrating direct cost savings of $1,200 to $4,000 per patient through reduced transfusions, minimized waste, and lower adverse event management costs strengthens the economic case. Additionally, the potential for increased quality of life (QALY) gains ranging from 0.3 to 1 point per patient, depending on the application, further supports its value. Furthermore, hospital efficiency gains of 10 to 15% in asset efficiency and an 8 to 15% increase in bed turnover underscore the technology's potential to streamline operations and optimize resource utilization. Commercialization timeline. Within the next 5 years, several notable developments are anticipated. By 2026, clinical pilot trials and early access deployments are expected in Japan. This timeline also marks the commencement of PMDA consultations for Sakigake submission and the initiation of full-scale supply chain establishment with Japanese partners. By 2028, conditional approval is projected to be granted. Subsequently, expansion into trauma care networks and further clinical data generation will occur. By 2030, widespread national integration into disaster preparedness, defense systems, and standard hospital formularies is anticipated. Strategic recommendations. To ensure success in the Japanese market, artificial blood companies should establish a local market access and regulatory affairs team proficient in PMDA negotiations and HTA evaluations. Securing strategic co-development or licensing partnerships with trusted domestic players is crucial. Aligning with Japanese cultural, clinical, and operational expectations will facilitate smoother adoption. Focusing on value-based messaging emphasizing disaster readiness, support for the aging society, and leadership in emergency medical innovation can resonate with key stakeholders. Leveraging pilot deployments in military and natural disaster response scenarios can build clinical data, generate early testimonials, and demonstrate value in emergency situations. Conclusion: artificial blood technologies are progressing from conceptual breakthroughs to tangible market-ready solutions. Japan presents a unique opportunity for early commercialization due to its distinct challenges and priorities. The next 5 years will be pivotal for translating technical innovation into real-world impact. Companies that successfully navigate regulatory agility and market adoption strategies in Japan will not only capture significant market share, but also influence global patterns and redefine the economics of life-saving care. Thank you for joining us today. Please contact us if you have any questions or require further assistance. Stay tuned for more insights on the latest industry trends and developments. Until next time.